Hey, I'm Nick with Table 19 Media, and in this video I want to give you 5 tips to do your real estate shoots safely. Over the years I've done quite a few shoots and have really just come to build these tips into my regular routine when I go on a shoot on location. So I hope these tips will help you to do things more safely. It may be something that you don't really think about, going on photo shoots or a video shoot or even a drone shoot, and how to do that safely, or things to keep in mind while doing it to keep you safe. So these tips I think are fairly simple, but I think really important so that everybody doing real estate photography or any photo shoot for that matter can stay safe. Tip number 1 is to look at the location of the shoot on Google Maps or any sort of mapping software. This helps me not only to plan where I'm going to park, but it gives me an idea of the location and the surrounding buildings or the surrounding land or surrounding area of that shoot, so I can take into account anything that I may need to prepare ahead of time. Doing this has actually saved me a lot in looking up the address and then realizing that it's somewhere that it's not quite clear where the location is. So I'm able to reach out to the agent or whoever hired me to get more clarification of where that property actually is and how I can get into the property. Tip number 2 is to let someone know of your location and time of shoot. Not only the real estate agent or the client that hired you, but someone that you know and trust in case anything were to go wrong, or maybe you don't show up, afterwards. I think it's a good idea to just let somebody know, whether it's a spouse, boyfriend or girlfriend, even your parents or your best friend, just to know where you're going to be and when you're going to be doing the shoot. I think it's just a good safety precaution in case anything were to happen, whether an accident or anything else. Someone knows you're at this location about this time, and they can go from there. This is one of those tips where most likely nothing is ever going to happen, but in the event something does happen, that's important information that your family or friends are going to want to know, even if authorities have to get involved. But that's going to be good information to have. Tip number 3 is to find out if someone is staying at the property and if they will be there. I think this is very important because, one, when you get there, you want to make sure that you have a good idea of if anybody is going to be there, if you can expect anybody to be there. You definitely don't want to startle anyone, and you don't want to be caught off guard if somebody is there and you weren't expecting anybody to be there. All around, this is a good idea so that you have a proper expectation of what that shoot's going to be like. The client has a proper expectation of what's happening, and if there is going to be an owner, they know when to expect you. If you are going to be at a shoot and the owner or a client is going to be at the property when you are doing a shoot, I think it's important to set expectations, or at least ask questions if they expect to be following you around while you're doing the shoot, or if there's a place that they can go either outside in their car while you do the shoot, or in another bedroom or in another part of the property while you're doing your shoot, so that they're not getting in the way of the shots that you need to get or slowing you down in any way. Tip number 4 goes hand in hand with tip number 3, and that is to announce yourself when you enter the property, even if you think it is empty. I think this is a very important tip because this has happened to me several times where I have expected no one to be at a property, and I show up and I turn the corner and there's somebody there that wasn't expecting me at that time, or I wasn't expecting them to be there. And so I think it decreases the amount of risk that something could go wrong if you end up startling someone that's home or they startle you. There have been a few instances where I go to shoot a vacation rental, and once I get in, I start realizing that not only is it not empty, but there are people staying there, and they may just be out for a minute or two, but their stuff is everywhere. They're not packed up. Their stuff is unpacked, and someone's actually actively staying there. And that can be a dangerous situation because you do not know who these people are. You don't know if they have any weapons, and you do not know, if how they're going to receive you being in their place that they're staying, potentially with their family, and they don't know who you are, and it could just be a very bad situation. So whenever I go to a property, whether it's a vacation rental, a real estate listing, once I enter the property, I will yell out, "Hello, is anybody here?" just to make sure if anybody responds. Once I get in a little bit further and I start walking around, I'll yell one or two more times, "Hello, is anybody here?" just to verify that the property is empty and I can get started. The fifth tip to keep you safe on photo shoots is to wear proper footwear. Now, I'm the kind of person that if I can wear sandals all year long in any situation, I will wear sandals all year long in any situation. I've been in several situations where wearing sandals was the wrong choice of footwear for that shoot. For example, the house I was shooting was surrounded by just swampy landscape around it. And in order for me to get shot far enough back of the whole house, I end up having to wade a little bit in an inch or two of just swampy grass and everything, and my feet are now covered in swamp water. That's not a good situation. Also, if there are potentially snakes around, you do not want to be in sandals. Maybe even take it one step farther and look, if you're looking on a map, you see that it's surrounded by woods and stuff. You may need to wear long pants so that you don't get eaten up by bugs. But footwear is definitely something that for a while I just overlooked and thought, oh, what's the problem? But that's something definitely to be aware of. Even the possibility of stepping on screws or nails while wearing flip-flops is not a good situation. You're probably better off wearing shoes. So it really depends on the location, depends on if this is a new construction, being mindful of that, but definitely something to think about when preparing to go to a photo shoot. All right, and as a bonus, my bonus tip is to not leave your gear behind. One situation where I actually left my charger and my battery at a house while I was shooting, and then left and realized it later that night that I had left it there, went back, and the property had been rented. It was a vacation rental, had been rented. I had to go to the house. It was at night. The family had already moved in for the weekend. I had to explain to them, I'm the photographer. I shot this earlier today. I think I left my charger. Can I come in and look for it? They were not too happy, and actually the dad who was there brought out his shotgun and just held it while I looked around very quickly. I didn't feel in danger, but it was just a situation I think was just bad for everybody, and it could have been avoided if I just made sure I had all my gear before I left the property. So with that said, bonus tip, do not leave your gear at a shoot to avoid any situations like that. All right, I hope these tips are helpful for you. I'm Nick with Table 19. You can check out our mobile photography for real estate and also our mobile video for real estate courses, as well as our new course that we're going to be launching very, very soon. I've shot hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate photos, video, and drone. Now I want to show you how to do it so you can build your own business or handle it all in-house for your company. Don't waste valuable time searching for info or tutorials that may not even be what you need. I'm going over the gear you need to get started that won't break the bank. And I'll teach you the knowledge and skills you need to produce vibrant images and beautiful videos that sell properties and increase rental bookings. You can be a complete newbie or have any amount of experience. Whether you are a real estate agent or assistant, rental sharing owner, property manager, or looking to start or grow your real estate photography business, this is the course for you. Plus, you get mentor access to me to ask questions along the way. Click the link below to get started. I'm Nick with Table 19 Media. Thanks for watching.